Hi Sagittarius. The Sagittarius seekers. You're the natural seekers of the zodiac. Welcome to the existential shift. Thank you for joining. If you're new, my name is Morgane. Nice to meet you. We're working with the Golden Universal Tarot. Saggy. For this coming month, please. Why are you so contemplative and quiet? What an interesting energy. Sagittarius. You've made a decision and you haven't told someone yet, someone that said the decision applies to. It's like, if this happens, then I do this. If that happens, then I do this. And you haven't told them yet. You're not going to until you see what they do or what happens. If it's not specifically a person, then what happens with the situation. And then you'll follow through with with what you've just decided. And then you'll tell them. I guess that's a plan. But you already know what you want and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. This is what I'm willing to compromise. This is what I'm not willing to compromise. And you figure there's no point in saying this now. There's no point for me to convey. It's not going to change anything. And if it will, then it wouldn't be, I wouldn't know the truth. If I say something now, for example, if you tell this person, hey, if you do this, then I'll be out. Then they might not do that, but then you won't know if they would have naturally do that if it weren't for you. Does that make sense? Like, you want to know what they actually want, what they truly want, what their genuine choice is, and then based on that, you're going to make a decision. And you're not telling them. Interesting. If you don't resonate with it, stick around because this was channeled, so maybe the tarot will show something else, but so far this is what is coming through very strongly. Saggy, tell me more for Saggy, please. I'm shuffling and I'm waiting for the cards to drop. So as long as they're not dropping and I have things to say, that's the message. In case you're new and you don't understand what's going on. Oh, there we go. Ten of Swords. You smell an ending. It's like you already I feel like it's not that you're in a Ten of Swords as much as you're like maybe in a 8, 9 of Swords and you're sensing the next one to be the final one to a situation. You feel like a major cycle is coming to a close. Hangman and 7 of Wands, and you are playing the game of allegedly not knowing or behaving as if it's not necessarily yet over, because you don't actually know something is over. You're sensing it, you're feeling the possibility, and you're already starting to look at life from a different perspective. For example, okay, if I'm actually correct, if my senses are right, are true, and on point. So what's next then? I'm not going to operate yet as if it's over, but if it's over, what's next? And you're already counting the potential challenges. And you're aware that certain challenges and certain things you can't approach to work on yet. Because again, it's almost like having a premonition. You know what? You should watch, if you haven't, on my 13th Element playlist. I did a 13th element episode called The Gift and Curse of Being a Seer, right? Of sight. Check it out. I think it would be super helpful for you. What we do when we have a premonition, a foresight, when we see, but reality doesn't allow us or doesn't currently make sense for us to act accordingly to that, right? So it's for you seers, wizards out there. It can really help you understand how to approach a situation like that. In this case, or in general, even if this doesn't necessarily resonate with you, but it could be really helpful for you for other situations where it does. Anyway, you're like, okay, I know I have XYZ to tackle, but I can't do it yet. So you're preparing everything that you can prepare, you are preparing. So you will be prepared just in case. If plan A doesn't work, you're already on top of plan B, plan C, plan D, etc. I think you understand that there is nothing much you can do about it, that you just gotta wait. Let's see what's next. Interesting. Major cycles closing, major. And you understand how big that is and what it means for you. And you understand the possible sacrifices and challenges that will come with it. But you understand it. I don't see, even though the cards on the table can portray limbo and resistance to limbo, I think if you're really in tune with yourself, if you're really tapped, you know there's nothing you can do. You just need to kind of let it play out. There's no fighting it. But your instincts want to fight it. You're like, no, I have to figure it out. I have to act now. I have to resolve this now, or know now. It's like, you already know. You already know. And you understand the political game, what you need to have patience with. Okay? It's relationship politics, not necessarily like actual politics, more like I need to play my cards right. Queen of Swords. You're waiting for someone else to say it. You're waiting for the other person to say it, to call it out, to end it, to decide it. You're waiting for someone, you're waiting for them to say it. You already know it, but you don't want to be the person who says it. Some of you are dealing with someone who's dragging an end. Right, this could be reversed. Can go both ways. So someone is dragging an end, playing some sort of, stretching game, waiting for the other person to just be like, what's happening? What's going on? We can't keep doing this. This needs to stop. And then that they or you could be like, yeah, I agree. I think you want to avoid conflict at all costs, or you want to avoid being the bad guy or the bad girl. Someone is pretending to fight for something. Someone is pretending to try to fix a relationship or fix a bond or fix a job situation. It's like you're telling your boss, yeah, I'm going to improve, I'm going to be better. And you have no plans on being better. You're just waiting for them to fire you. You don't want to quit because you want the compensation, right? Or let's say it's a divorce case and you want them to divorce you so you won't be left without finances, possibly. Or simply it's a hard thing and you don't want to come off as the bad person who didn't try or didn't want. So you're pretending to try. Again, this could be the other way around. So it's either you doing this or someone doing that to you. Cheers. This is a no judgment zone. Okay? Me saying it doesn't mean me doing it. It's okay. Life is complicated. Cheers. King of Cups. Honestly, I'm picking up with most of you, it's more like an emotional thing where you don't want to hurt the other person. You'd rather let them hurt you, let them finish it off, let them call it off, let them cut it off. There's a lot of care and sympathy and empathy. And some of you it's not the case. Some of you don't actually want the ending. You're just sensing the ending. So even though you know something is about to end or that you need to make the call, it's emotionally hard for you because you're still connected to this person. So you're like, okay, if they end it, then fine. I can't be the one doing that. Something like that. Show me more, please. For Saggy, for this coming month. Tell me more about this. The Star. Aww. So amidst all that, there's hope, there's love, there's a renewed sense of it's like your soul is waking up somehow. It's like in the midst of all of this stretched ending-ish, you feel your soul waking up. It's like, you know what it's like? It's going to be a gross analogy. I'm sorry. But you know, like when you have a wound, and like a deep scratch or something. And then it gets covered with like weird skin. And then you don't want to peel it off because you're scared of what you're going to see. But once you peel it off, slowly you see how the wound has been healing. How there's new flesh kind of coming to it. So it's kind of like that. It's like your soul is reawakening to something. Your soul is like already feeling the next step of the journey. Your spirit is already optimistic for the next cycle, for the next adventure, for the next frequency leap, dimension, expansion. And it's just waiting for the old skin to get peeled off, or for the current old mask situation, cycle to layer to be peeled off and be done with, so it could show itself. And I see this coming through more so towards first, third, or mid season. And it's going to make whatever ending this is, or whatever transition this is, more easier as you sense this newfound hope, love, creativity, vision. It's beautiful. Sorry. Show me more, please. For Saggy. Some of you are dealing with an ex-partner, and there's a little bit of drama in the first part of the reading, but then it gets really resolved. Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Wands. So some of you are traveling. You go from 7 of Wands to 8 of Wands. You're dropping the okay. As soon as there's a turnaround, as soon as the current cycle finalizes, the new one is starting really fast. Like there's like an acceleration of speed. There's something destined that is going to happen, a soul connection, a serendipitous encounter. This has been decided. It's like a soul contract. That will enter as soon as the old surrenders, I want to say, even. Interesting. There's a surprise element to this. It's a turn of events, it's a surprising turn of events. So even though you're sensing something happening, something changing, still once it happens, it takes you off guard, which is interesting because you were in a way prepared, you were sensing it, and yet it will surprise you. Knight of Wands. So there's possible movement, possible travel, possible change, or a visitor, or either someone comes to visit you or you're going to visit them. There's like this, and it happens fast. Like suddenly you need to travel, or suddenly you're going somewhere, or suddenly there's a change in plans. It seems very positive, but surprising. Hierophant. Bottom of the deck, High Priestess. This is the Hierophant and the High Priestess. It's like the masculine and feminine energies of high arcanas, high advisors, spiritual guides, spiritual teachers, gurus. One from the societal aspects of spirituality and structured spirituality, and one from the esoteric aspect of spirituality, the mystical, the occultist, right? This is religious, this is spiritual, which is basically just two ways to teach truth and deliver truth. But they complete each other. So this is like okay. I don't use this term often. If you follow me for a while, you know this. The thing that a lot of readers say, and I try to not say, twin flame. This kind of insinuates there's some divine counterpart vibe here. With a mission, which is how I view twin flames. So if you want to know how I view twin flames and what I'm pretty sure that is, as opposed to like the incredible amount of BS running around that just keeps people stuck in bad relationships. That's not twin flame, that's just toxic relationship that you're stuck on because of codependency. It's not twin flame. This, on the other hand, super aware, super high frequency, and with the mission. So watch my another 13th element, timeless love, the T on twin flames, soulmates, and karmic relationships, where I explain the differences and really go in depth as to what twin flames are. To conclude and to summarize, both high-level conscious beings and with a mission that are already fulfilling some sort of mission. So it's very specific. It's very rare. Most people who think they are a twin flame or they're in a twin flame journey are not. They're just in a normal love journey where they expand and learn and fulfill karmic cycles and just, live life. And sometimes they're just stuck in bad relationships. Yeah, confirmation. My nose itches. Thank you. Which is possibly what you've been on here, the first row. Oh my god, massive nose itch. Sorry, so awkward. I don't know why I'm feeling guided to say this to you, maybe because it's coming right next to the star card, but you see here the letters. So we have tarot, and here we have Jehovah in Hebrew, which is God. But that's not the point. The Rota of Tarot, Orat, the Torah of a Torah. The wheel of tarot speaks the laws of love. The wheel, now tarot is the 78 conditions to the human, 78 aspects of the human condition. What's with my nose? Oh, this is an interesting, unique reading. Welcome to the life of a witch. Ow! Okay. It's just confirmation for you guys, but it rarely happens so intensely where my nose is just... I feel like a cat. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel this is something big that has to do with your life path and with love and with some sort of love contract. Soulmate contract. Twin flame, possibly. You don't have to be a twin flame for this to apply to you. This could play out in different ways. So don't be stuck on it. Don't get obsessed. Oh, am I a twin flame? Am I not a twin flame? Who cares? Are you in love? Are you not in love? Are you happy with them? Are you not happy with them? That's it. That's what matters. Seriously. You don't have to be, a king and a queen to be in love. It's just a really superficial example, right? I'm just saying you don't have to be this in a certain status to be in a beautiful, wonderful relationship. Don't obsess about that. I don't want you to be stuck on that and then limit yourself. Okay. Let's look at the cards, and I'm gonna ask a little small question if there's extra to see about this Hierophant and High Priestess or anything else, and then we'll move on to extended. Okay, so the extended will be focusing on your love life. So I will definitely look into this dynamic, or maybe Spirit will choose to bring up this dynamic. I don't know, whatever wants to come up. Maybe it will bring up both dynamics. We'll see. But it will be a double pentagram spread, and look into you and your person of interest, what goes through your mind, your heart's actions, dynamics, and also how things unfold throughout the month. And we'll finish up with messages from the runes as well. Okay. So the link will be below. It's available on Vimeo and on Patreon. If you want to study tarot from me, how to be a tarotchi while undergoing a spiritual and shamanic journey, check out Tarot Masterclass Bunkai. Like 2 days ago, I felt strongly guided, somewhat against my will, just kidding, to give a significant, really significant, over 50% off discount on my Tarot Masterclass on the entire course for 6 months streaming, which is huge. I don't do discounts and stuff like that. I just, I choose the value I see fit, and I price it accordingly. And So this will be temporary. I feel like there are beautiful seekers out there that could really benefit from it, that are ready and maybe financially weren't able, or maybe psychologically you thought you weren't financially able, even though, you know, if you can do this, maybe you can do that. But let's not go into your psychology. I'm sorry. But bottom line, it's way more affordable and available right now. I don't know for how long. It will definitely be temporary. That's for sure. A day, a week, a year. I don't know. So don't overthink it. If you are guided, if you want to learn tarot, if you want to go through the spiritual journey with me, it's 90 pre-recorded classes. It's really intense. I teach about every single card, including what I just said about the Rot Avtaro, Orat the Torah Vator, and way more. Like I dive deep into the interpretations of the tarot on many levels. Okay, so just check it out. If you want, you can also rent the classes separately. Currently, it's just $1 to separately rent each class. So it really depends on you and how you want to go about it. I will link specifically these fellas, these arcanas, as spiritual homework for this coming month for you. Oh, also we have another major arcana. Also the Hangman. So you can only, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm speaking so slow. You probably want to know more. Okay. Tell me more for Saggy about this Hierophant and High Priestess. Anything else we need to know? Or something else you feel guided to tell Saggy about? Ten of Wands in the reverse. You're either holding on strongly to a vision, a plan, a cycle that wants to end, but because there was like a vision and a goal and something that you've worked really hard for, so what, now you'll let it go? Look, I don't know what your case is, what your story is. We have 3 10s. It's so end of the cycle, right? It's yours to decipher. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't know what this is about. But we started the reading knowing that you have such a strong knowing, right? So if this is your reading, then you'd know. You know if it's for you or not. But someone here is insisting on holding on to this path, and it will just drop if you force holding on to it. Like if you don't drop it, the universe will drop it for you, or your higher self would be like, okay, enough, Avatar, you're not listening. And usually when you don't hear it in the whisper and then you're forced to hear it in the shout, it hurts more. It's more challenging. It's more painful for everyone involved. You know, maybe you worked at a company for like 10 years or I don't know how long, and you worked so hard to get to a certain level and a certain status, and you feel like you're so close, but you are so miserable. You wake up every morning and you hate what you do, and even when you imagine the next level of achievement that you worked so hard for, you're like, I don't know if I'll actually be happy doing that. You know, so you gotta be honest with yourself. Bottom deck, Ace of Cups. So love is guiding the way. Your soul is guiding the way. 2 of Cups. Okay, this is definitely love. All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to continue this right now. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe and join the Existential Shift. If you want to receive notifications every time I put out a new video, press the bell button and turn on the notification on your preferences. Okay? And that's it. That's it. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. You rock. Why do I say goodbye and then continue? See, that's what you do. You say goodbye and then you continue. That's that's the entire reading. Saying goodbye and then sticking around. I'm not making fun of you. I'm laughing with you. Okay. Yeah, someone is like staying somewhere just because they're scared of the next phase of the journey, but the next phase of the journey is super magical, uber magical. Okay, now goodbye.